Hello guys and welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. Once again, I'm Greg and this is the starting 11 show. We've of course got Manchester United at the weekend, which is a tough one, and our squad is depleted. Benitez's press conference told us that there's no Calvert-Lewin, there's no Richarlison, no Coleman and no Gomez still. And something I didn't know about was that Iwobi has got a knock. He's not fit, he's doing a bit of mobility training, but he probably won't be able to play. Flip side of the coin, bodies that can play, Gabamin, whatever you think of him at the moment with the news that's just come out, he is available. He's been training with the first team, so he is fit. Limits us a little bit. Of course, Man United are going to cause us a lot of problems, so you might suggest that the back five, going back to the back five, would be the way to play it. But without Coleman, I worry that we might not have the personnel to do that. Of course, Kenny can play the wing-back position. It's probably better for him actually than being a right back as usual, but I don't know. I think I'd stick with the back four that kept a clean sheet against Norwich. I know they're very different threats, Norwich and Manchester United, but if a team, a backline keeps a clean sheet, my tendency would always be to carry it on. The wing backs would give us more cover. Godfrey would just move across to be a centre back and Kenny would come in. Let me know which way you'd play it, but for me, I'm going to carry on with the formation we played. Of course, we start with Pickford in goal. And then the back line, I gave you a bit of an allusion to it, would be Godfrey out right, a centre-back partnership of Keane and Mina again, and Luca Dean out left. In front of them is a centre-mid partnership who I'm ecstatic with at the moment. The fact that neither of them have got injured is a big part of the fact that we're still competing and at the top end of the table. One of them gets injured, I think it's the biggest problem we're going to get in terms of injuries anyway. We've survived without Calvert-Lewin, we've survived without Richarlison, we're surviving without Coleman. I think if we saw Doucouré or Allen get injured, we'd be in big trouble. Of course, it will be Doucouré and Allen. Doucouré, we're seeing an attacking side of his game, and he's giving us something from midfield we haven't had in ages. He is turning into the player I thought Andre Gomez might be when we signed him. He's getting involved in goals, he's tracking back, he's getting forward, he's driving the ball, he's doing all the things you want a mobile midfielder to be doing. And a big part of that is down to the man next to him, Allan, whose defensive work is fantastic. He's intercepting, he's winning back the ball where you need him to be, shielding that back line. So that's a great partnership, and I'm so happy that it's staying fit. Let's keep our fingers crossed now that I've said that I haven't jinxed it. In front of them, I say in front of them, and I always precursor this by saying the attack, the sort of three that lie behind the striker now are quite fluid. So he might be playing out on the left, he might be playing out on the right for a while. But just for the sake of setting up a graphic, I think we'll see Damari Gray in there, which means Townsend out on the right, but our issue with personnel comes with Iwobi being out. Who replaces him on the left? I think we'll probably see Anthony Gordon. I mean, he started developing under Ancelotti into the first team. It's great to see that hasn't been disrupted with a managerial change. We have seen so many players whose development has been ruined by a manager favouring them, another manager coming in, and they just fall by the wayside. They don't get a chance in the first team, and they just end up sort of 23, 24 years old and in our academy. So good to see his development carry on. Good chance for him to get first team minutes. I think he's shown enough in the cup games and the league cameos to suggest that he's a good body out there. So Gordon, Gray and Townsend, and I know we saw a glimpse of Dobbin. He's been on the bench as Ellis Sims, but with Calvert-Lewin out, it can only really be Rondon up front. Hopefully, all that is happening here is he's getting minutes and he's getting fitter and he's getting more match fit, which is important because he looks so off the pace at the moment. I mean, he's ambling about. He's not really getting involved. His touch looks heavy. He's not sprinting. I know that's not his game so much, but hopefully he can start to add more goals to his game, get his account open. That's been one good thing about this team so far, actually. Something I've been impressed about Benitez is how he's drawn goals out of other players. We've really struggled with that for a while, getting goals all around the team. And now you've got Townsend and Gray popping up, bringing the wingers in. You've got Doucouré who's really stepping up as well. So we're actually getting to spread the goals around the team, spread the load a bit. And that's been so important with Calvert-Lewin being injured, because it means we've managed to tick over despite not having that striker. So that's my team. Pickford, Godfrey, Keane, Mina and Dean, Doucouré and Allen with Gray just ahead, and Townsend, Rondon and Gordon coming in for a start. Let me know if you think that's strong enough against United. It's going to be a big challenge, I know. What changes would you make? Would you have that back five? Let me know in the comments, and hopefully we get a good result, and I will see you next time.